Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. All right, got a really special video for you. I thought it'd be fun to kind of break away from some of the normal content. And today, we're going to be talking about some uncommon facts about the AR-15 that I bet you didn't know. Some of these, maybe some of you know, but some of them, maybe you don't. So we're going to dive into this. This is going to be a lot of fun. And this video is going to be pretty straight to the point, but I was coming across a couple of really cool facts and little myths and things about the AR that I thought would make a fun video. So we're going to dive into this. Before we get started, I would like to thank our friends at CMMG for supporting our videos. If you're looking for anything in the AR realm, they are the king of weird. They got some really awesome stuff. Their Descent line is bufferless. It's amazing. Comes in a bunch of different calibers. You can get it in 4.6, 5.7, 9mm. They have the new Mark 47 in the Descent line, now with a folding stock, which is a lot of fun. Non-reciprocating charging handle. They've got some awesome stuff. Their 22 conversion kits are amazing. CMMG has solidified themselves in the AR realm. They make some really awesome stuff. Check them out. Tell them we sent you, and a big thanks to CMMG for supporting our videos. All right, we're going to get down the rabbit hole. One of the interesting little factoids about the AR. Now, look, a lot of information gets thrown out. And look, the AR has a storied existence, right? Eugene Stoner invented this rifle, and it went through a lot of random iterations, which we're not going to talk about every little bell and whistle. However, there are some interesting little facts that we want to kind of dial in on. One that I guess kind of falls into, like, maybe the myth category to some degree, is that the direct gas impingement myth, right? Is the AR-15 direct gas impingement or not? Well, it's actually a hybrid of two different systems in a way, if you think about it. Okay, yes, it's direct gas impingement, and that gas forces are sent back when the rifle fires through this gas tube, and especially on a gun like this particular A2, you can look down in the handguard and see the gas tube. All right, when the round is fired, the powder burns and expands, pushes the bullet out of the barrel, of course, at really fast speeds. As the projectile passes over the gas port inside of the gas block, okay, those gases are then, at very rapid speeds, pushed back through the direct gas impingement tube into the bolt carrier. All right, well, what is inside this bolt carrier? Okay, let's have a look. Inside the bolt carrier is actually a piston. Okay, so those gas forces are actuated against a piston. Okay, so it is sort of a modified direct gas impingement gas piston operation, right? So the technical answer is that it's sort of both. It's like a modified short stroke piston direct gas impingement megalodon here. It's got a little bit of everything going for it. But when you look at the back of an AR-15 bolt, what do you see? A gas piston, right? That retains all of that pressure in order to exert forces on the gun to make it operate. So that's one, is that it is not simply direct gas impingement. It is sort of a little hodgepodge mix of piston and direct gas impingement. So yes, it is direct gas impingement, but not quite exactly that. Early M16s actually had no forward assist. Here we've got a 601 from Brownells. This particular gun, this is the BRN 601. You can see this is what the Air Force issued, and you can see that there's no forward assist on the right side of the receiver. Now, a good friend of mine, Mark, down at the Rifleman, showed me some really rare early pre-production prototypes that he owns in his personal collection that Eugene Stoner actually personally fabricated in his own personal workshop. Now, I don't have those guns physically here to show you, and I don't even have pictures of them because they're really rare. However, Eugene Stoner did experiment with very early versions of the forward assist, and he even had a forward assist that he welded up on the left side of the receiver, y'all. Believe it or not, when we look at a forward assist, we see it on the right side. That's this little button back here. That's your forward assist. when we look at the forward assist, we always, view it as being on the right side. He had one that he had actually welded up, the forward assist, on the left side of the gun in his workshop. So he did experiment with a bunch of different types of manner of having a forward assist, and the Air Force version of the gun lacked a forward assist. And of course, by the time the Vietnam War came around, and the M16A1 came around, it obviously had a forward assist. We're going to get to that in a little bit more detail in one of our other comments here that we're going to provide. However, the AR-15 did not always have a forward assist. And there's a lot of points of contention. Like people, have always posed the question, well, did the AR-15 need a forward assist? Was it necessary? I mean, that's here or there. I suppose that depends, but, we'll cover that in one of the other bullet points that we're going to get to. So bullet point number 3, okay, drainage grommets on the M16A2 and M16A1. Basically, any type of AR that has an A2 buttstock. I can't believe how many people do not know this, okay? It's such a common thing, but, look, most of this could be hashed out by just reading the dang manual, y'all, okay? Look, it's all in the manual. Drainage grommets, that's right. If you get water inside of your rifle, so especially your M16A2, A3, A4, anything with the A2 stock, okay? You notice that this screw in the rear of the buttstock is hollow. It has a hole in it, and that is for the water to drain out of the rifle. And a lot of folks did not know that that's why there is a hollow in that screw for a drainage grommet. And a lot of people don't even know about the storage compartment in the rear of the rifle for your cleaning kit, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going to assume you know that. A lot of folks know about the cleaning kit in the buttstock compartment. They don't know about the drainage grommets on the rifles. And I do believe the M4s have those as well. So anytime you see a little hole in that screw, that's what that's for. It's to drain the water out of the rifle. Wow, you never know. Okay, number 4. Using a loaded cartridge as a tool to disassemble the rifle. Now, this would seem like common knowledge, but believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this. They build or buy or develop all of these random tools in order to get the gun apart, and they buy all this specialized stuff. Look, I'm going to put this bolt back together. Now, this one's been apart a few times, so it's obviously pretty easy to take apart, and plus this has a Nibbix coating on it. So this particular bolt is nice and slick. Let's get this back together real quick. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. To use a cartridge as a tool. So many people go, oh man, I have a hard time getting the fire pin, retaining pin out. Okay, well, that's easy. Take the nose of a cartridge, push into the recess from the other edge, take the cartridge, take the nose, grab the pin, and pull it out using the nose of the cartridge. That's one example where a cartridge can be used as a tool on the AR. Another example is if you're in the field and you need to adjust the front sight post on your rifle. Well, yes, there's a tool for it, but you also have a whole bunch at your disposal in your magazines, a loaded cartridge. You can take the nose of the cartridge, press the detent down, and then you can adjust your front sight post using the cartridge tip. That's one thing you can do. Also, those pesky push pins to get the gun apart. Maybe they're kind of tight, right? Again, nose of the cartridge, give it a push, and look at that. It actually fits quite good. Look at that. Okay? That's by design. It's designed that way, y'all. Look, Eugene Stoner was a genius, okay? He wasn't stupid. He figured out all this stuff to make it grunt-proof. So number 4 is a cartridge is a tool. There you go. You're welcome. You didn't know that. Now you do. And look, it is all in the manual, y'all. Believe it or not, it's in there. Now, there's not a tool for getting the cotter pin back in. You have to kind of play with that a little bit. Okay? Real nice. Number 5, the myth that the AR-15 was unreliable in the Vietnam War. Now, this is something that gets thrown around a heck of a lot when it comes to the AR. And what's crazy about it is a combination of factors that caused soldiers to not have a lot of trust in the M16 in the Vietnam War. And one of those reasons primarily was because a lot of the ball powders that they were using in the 55 grain ammunition was prone to extreme fouling, and soldiers were not issued the proper cleaning accoutrements to go with their rifles to keep them properly clean. So as a result, the guns got a very bad rap for unreliability as a result, not to mention the twist rates on the early guns. They did not have the proper twist to fire the projectiles in combination with the ball powders they were using. It was just not a very good load combination to the rifle, and the twist rates were not quite dialed in to shoot that particular bullet quite well. So the accuracy was not quite up to par on the earlier versions of the M16, and soldiers, as a result, did not really have a lot of faith in the early M16s for a reason, and they weren't keeping them very clean, and the powders were fouling really badly, and they were having some bad accuracy issues. Of course, we know that all of the issues with the M16 have been worked out quite well because it's been around a long time, and it's continued to serve and will continue serving, and is arguably one of America's most popular rifles for a reason. But it wasn't always popular. Troops in Vietnam did not like the M16 for that reason. And there was also another myth floating around, I guess this could be a wild card, is that some of the early furniture said Mattel on it because Mattel, now I don't know how true this is just a rumor I heard, but like that the early AR furniture, some of it was made by Mattel, which was a toy company. So troops, when they get the furniture on the gun, it says Mattel or has Mattel emblem from them being the manufacturer, they were just like, well, it's a cheap piece of crap toy because Mattel is a toy company. But it was not uncommon for certain services within companies to be used, to aid war effort. I mean, that's been done for years in America, right? Like back during World War II, we used, it was like Singer Sewing Machine Company was making 1911s, for gosh sakes. I mean, not a lot, but there are Singer Sewing Machine 1911s. So anyone who had manufacturing capabilities or injection molding capabilities or anything like that could be tasked to make parts for military contracts. So is that outside the realm of possibility that, that there was some Mattel furniture floating around? Quite possibly, it could be the case. But the AR-15 has a storied history. There's a lot of really cool things that go into it. I really enjoy talking about some of the lore and some of the myths and some of the little unknown factoids that you might not have known about it. So I really wanted this video to be kind of fun and to poke a little fun at maybe some of your knowledge, like how many of these did you know? Okay, be honest. Did you know all of the facts that I laid out in today's video? Let me know in the comment section below. Is there a cool fact or myth or legend or something about this rifle that you think that I didn't cover well enough or that I didn't mention in this video? Let me know in the comment section below. We can definitely revisit this with some of your suggestions if you want. So thank you all very much for watching today's video. I wanted this one to be kind of short, straight to the point. There's some unknown facts about the AR-15. Maybe I surprised some of you. Maybe I stumped some of you. Many more videos on the way. We've got a lot going on. I really appreciate the support. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.